Hi guys, I just wanted to make a quick video talking about Unit 2. You're going to see me kind of use the phrase boil down as we continue to talk about writing your next essay. And I think that Unit 2 is kind of broken up into two of its own units, but it's all working together to build one essay. So I'm looking here at our course schedule, and I just kind of want to show you what I mean when I say boil down. Essentially, you guys are going to be working toward writing one essay, but before you get to that final essay, you're going to do a lot of the prep work for multiple essays. You're going to do like 6 small preps, boil that down to 3 like medium preps, and then boil those down to 2 bigger preps, and just kind of funnel it down to one essay. And so what I mean by that is you'll notice that if I'm over here in my due on Sunday column, I see all the way in October, so a whole like, and the end of October too, like a whole basically 2 months from now, we're going to have another essay due. So you might be wondering, like, well, what are we doing before that essay is due? And this is sort of that like boil down method that I'm going to talk about pretty much throughout this whole unit. So if you'll notice that we're here in week 3, we're talking about narration and description. These are the different modes of writing, and there's going to be 2 more weeks worth of different modes of writing. And so for each one of these, if you can kind of see here in the what's due, you've got brainstorm and thesis statement for narration and description, brainstorm and thesis statement for process and cause and effect, and brainstorm and thesis for definition and compare and contrast. So for 3 weeks, we're going to talk about different modes of writing and the ways in which you can kind of support your ideas within an essay. And I'm going to have you brainstorm and imagine if you had to write one of every one of these essays, like what would you put in there? What would you do? You don't have to write these essays. Again, we're going to boil it down. We're going to say, okay, well, you have all these to choose from. Now pick 3. So as we kind of finish talking about the modes of writing, then we're going to look at, well, let's say I had to pick 3 of these. What would my topic sentences be for 3 thesis statements? And like, what might I say? And then let's say you had to boil down from there. We're going to talk about supporting details. So now you're looking at, all right, so I could have all 3 of these essays, but I need supporting details for 2 of them. What 2 are sort of my favorite at this point? What am I interested in? Boil that down into some supporting details for those topic sentences, and then kind of pick one and say, okay, here's the one I really want to outline. Here's the one I want to get a lot of, even more details for my details. And then we'll have a peer review, and you'll kind of work for a couple of weeks on your essay, and you'll turn that one in. So this is really from week 3 right now until week 10, we are practicing the drafting process. We're practicing coming up with topics. By the time this week or this unit is over, by the time week 10 is over, I'm hoping that you guys will really feel more confident with coming up with things to write about, because I think that that's really the hardest part about writing. It's, well, what if I'm asked to do this? How do I do it? And I just want you to get a lot of practice with that. So that's really the point of our second unit, or our middle section. You could think of all the modes as a unit, and then kind of more of that boil down process as another separate unit. But I'm just going to lump them all together and call it Unit 2. So that's my overview. If you have questions, if you need clarification on that, please let me know. I just kind of want you to understand where we're headed, why I'm asking you to do so much brainstorming, why I'm already telling you about the off-topics list and things like that. So again, if you have questions, if you need clarification, please send me an email. I would be happy to help you better understand.